trying to amp myself up. What happened last time?
Let's fucking go. Alright, let me get the right notebook because last time finished off the notebook.
Where do we start off?
Campfire scene.
There was a campfire scene.
What do we do in the campfire scene?
It
We
wasn't you
did
guys
it.
doing anything. It wasn't you guys technically.
Yeah. It was the
Storyteller.
storyteller and the receivers of said story having just some
Oh,
like
that
comments.
campfire. You're right.
One of them said, "I wasn't sure that we're gonna get her," which in my head was like, "Wait, are they saying Tal's a girl?" And it's like, no, that's probably not it.
Wouldn't that be a
Probably.
fucking twist?
The biggest twist.
Talisha for Talia.
Tal's actually trans, but they just don't talk about it because they don't know it's different.
Sister's name.
So presumably they were talking about Irina.
Yeah, that would make more sense. It would, considering it was a D1000, I don't blame them for thinking that. It's a brief little conversation, kind of reestablishing the kind of framing for the campaign. And then it goes forward to us heading off to Yolonia. Goes forward, I guess it goes back, regardless. Meanwhile, reading my notes. Minutes later, yes, we come across the monks. Yeah, Reason takes her leave at the exact spot that she says she was going to be, because it seems that is a crossing point into Eulonia, as Caradoc can kind of sense.
She left that morning, you guys.
Not that morning, excuse me then.
Yeah. But it's at that crossing point that you guys noticed the threshold.
Yes.
True to what you're saying.
Had a little bit of misremembering on that. Then we come across the monks. I believe it was Brother Harris talked to us. He was like the kind of leader. And he was getting some strange vibes from Irina because Irina,
as most would.
yeah, it's like anytime it's just like, yeah, strange vibes from Irina. It's like I don't feel I have to really explain that one. He and his accoutrement accompany us into Eulonia. And we hear about their travels across the local lake and how it seems to have some strange going-ons. But they decided to not mess with it because they're monks in a boat and it's a lake being weird. Don't know if they can do much.
Lake de Bay.
Lake Bay, thank you. Ooh, map. Eventually. We eventually get to the outside of, what's it, Glennuin?
Glennuin.
Yes. We did actually get there. For some reason, my brain was saying there was like a city that we were going to and then into Glennuin.
Nah, you might be misconstruing it if you're going to Glennuin and now apparently going to the Vestal Grove tournament, which isn't in a city, but it might as well be with how rich it's going to be. But I digress.
Roll 20. Roll 20, please. I want to look over at the map. I'm reload that.
Oh, it didn't load for you at all?
It did load, but then it wouldn't let me zoom in or out, and then it locked to the bottom right of the screen and wouldn't let me pan around.
Okay, yeah, I'll bring you back in, and then I'll drag your vision. There you go. Hopefully that did it for it.
It does seem to have fixed itself. Okay. From there, we enter the town, being met with various different reactions. Some people are a bit freaked out at certain members. I can't remember everyone's interactions. I remember my personal interaction, because Kid runs up to Jin, gives him a bit of pocket change. Well, a bit of pocket change. It was like 20 silver. And
It's like $20.
That's yeah, you could do a bit with $20.
Yeah.
And it was like a
$20
little note
$20.
that said, my dad, in much more kid language, like, my dad died, but a samurai saved him before he died, kind of thing. Here's this, and goddamn if Jin wasn't fucking stabbed in the heart. What happened with everyone else? Because there was like a lot of small interactions with people.
Eva. But my mind kept getting hung up. Like, is it Mina or Eva? Eva did sneak off away from
Right.
the rest of us who were very much drawing attention. She was seen by at least Falk. I know Falk saw.
I'm sure Dahlia saw as well.
Right.
I didn't see shit. I rolled like a 9.
I believe we saw her talking to Nimble, who did go like a day ahead of us to Glenwayne.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Let's see. Another group.
Did you mention that we were stopped by a guard not long after
I didn't.
entering Glenween? Yeah, a guardsman stopped our little wagon train, even though we
Entourage.
only have one wagon. Yeah, our entourage. And it was like,
I can show you what the guardsman token is now.
oh,
Yes, please.
Oh, look at that.
Might
That
change the
border.
motherfucker's dripped.
It's a bit bright, but I might change the border.
Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, that's what
Yeah.
it looks like.
I mean,
also
to
like
be
that
fair,
it's
it's Elodia.
one side's dark and one side's bright.
Mhm.
It's like nice 50-50 on that.
Mm.
I guess so.
In true Eulonian fashion, their guardsmen just have plate mail as well. Which
Oh yeah, 100%.
He stopped us. Obviously, we are a very suspicious group. He did ask us a lot of questions regarding, oh, you have a goblin with you. Oh, do you have that? To point directly at Irina. But I believe it was Caradoc rolled a persuasion to sort of put this man at ease. Is that right?
Some persuasion, some honor.
And he told us to sort of report ourselves towards what the center of town, center of Glenween.
The hospitality.
More so just the entry checkpoint.
Right, the entry checkpoint, which we did go to. Did anything else happen? Anything of significance happen before we got there?
The fortunes were after, right?
Yes.
They were. Yeah, it was that.
Fortunes.
I think that was like the last thing we did.
We were
Yeah.
stopped by a group of Velkestrites, I guess?
Velcastrians.
Velkestrians, thank you. Just kind of made chat. I know. Made chat.
Just for
Yeah, that
She
did
was
happen
a bit
before.
later on. I think she was just before we got into the
Wait, this isn't the
Parts.
multi-sword token?
Yes.
What the heck?
But yeah, we talked
keep
to the Velkestra folk. They
Yes.
mentioned a person named Jackson real quick, and we're all like, "Fucking that Jackson?" And it's like, "No, not that Jackson."
Real.
That's right.
shit.
Right.
The Velkestrite mentioned that his nephew was one of the quote unquote VIPs that went ahead of like actual more official evacuation that we helped with. And Falk showed an interest in that in case they the madam of Adelia's workplace, you know, if he was curious if she was among them.
It was the nephew, I believe, of
Yes.
the person.
Nephew of
Right.
the
And-
individual we were talking to.
He's supposed to.
Come find us.
Yeah.
Which, in theory, won't be hard.
Yeah. But yeah, we continued on, and then Jin, you spied.
With your little eye.
With my little
Country.
eye.
A pawn.
Well,
tomboy.
before that, we hear some vague rumors and stuff about like sugar taxes and trades and stuff.
That's right.
Ugh, don't remind me.
Oh, the price is gonna skyrocket.
Candy's gonna be fought for arm and leg now. Good luck.
Candy. But after that, after hearing some light rumorage, Jin makes eye contact with this person who we will come to know as Takari. I look at her, she looks at me, we both kind of like glance at each other like, what the fuck are you doing here? Jin gives her a little head nod to head on over. And she is basically asking like, who are you? What are you doing here? Why are you out here? Hey, do you know about the Master of Ceremonies? Or Master Festivals?
Festivals.
Master of Ceremonies? Master of Ceremonies is just a title people have. Anyways.
Correct. That's where the term MC comes from.
That makes sense. Master of Festivals. Jin initially is trying his best to lie, and I don't think he does shabby at it. But it is very not befitting of him, as she can kind of tell that he isn't being fully truthful about the information he's providing. And he could tell, she could tell, and kind of at the last minute is like, if I let her walk away here, it's really bad. At the very least for my own sense of honor. So he does end up telling her, like, hey, we're on the same quest. My name is Jin. full last name, and then she's like, I'm Takemi, or why do I keep saying Takemi? Takari Omoto.
It's a 5 character, right? Takemi?
I think.
I'm looking up. Keep going.
Takemi.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's the nurse. Tai
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
A dangerous proposition.
Oh god, no, the gothic love interest. Takari, Iwamoto?
Yamamoto. Yep.
Iwamoto. But she also then follows up, like, you wouldn't know the name. It's nothing. But she knows more about Jin, and reports, like, you're dead. Or at least everyone thinks you're dead. And he's like, yeah, you're dead, stab. It's like, my death has been greatly exaggerated. But don't worry about that. He does end up informing her, like, yeah, the Master of Festivals is coming here. Not here to Eulonia specifically, he's coming here to meet me. And she's like, understood. And just kind of like saddles up next to him, and it's like, let's go. It's just a really funny thing of just like her going, gonna just walk into the group now.
I've invited myself.
And it's very much like, we can't really make her leave unless we kill her, can we? And it's like, well, probably not. It's like, alright, well, looks like we got a new party. Oh, she also very much is, not bloodlust, because bloodlust insinuates that she would just be murdering people. She very much craves a good fight, and a good sparring. We decide, fighting in the middle of the street's probably not a great thing, so we'll figure out more about that later. Head into town proper is the next line, but that's not 100% true. We end up going to a gate, basically, like the passageway into the deeper part of the city. And a guard sees us, and, well, we're pretty noteworthy, so they're like, get out of line, get over here.
They were also warned about us ahead of time from that one guard we talked to.
Yeah.
That's true. So they know specifically to look for us. We end up basically being inquisitioned upon. I don't think any of us really hide much of any of our truths, kind of thing. And with some decent rolls and some decent persuasion, just character-wise, she ends up letting us pass. And it's basically like, hey, don't make alchemy and bombs, don't cause trouble in the city, but you're fine. You at least have the Eulonian backing you. What's up?
Yeah, you are allowed to make bombs. Of all the things that was barred,
I was gonna say,
only
Really?
toxins
Bombs were fine? Toxins?
I was wondering about that, and I was like, I feel like Dahlia just wouldn't risk it. I feel like she would have been like, okay, they took toxins. Isn't bombs also dangerous? I feel like I should also not make those. So she probably won't. Just
counterpoint to that, Arnie exists, and I doubt he's really hiding his shit.
No.
Yeah. Well, in that case,
That's a weird one.
you can make toxins and just hide them in like a bombshell.
Yeah, there you go, easy play.
that's just my flame tracer bomb. Tracer flame bomb. But yeah, just Dahlia wouldn't. She just wouldn't. She would be worried about it.
Coward.
This
Okay.
Eulonia is where gunpowder was invented, so to much scandal, I would say, in getting into other nations and do history. But yeah, so they have a different take on firearms, explosives, that sort of stuff.
And I mean, a toxin is silent, but a bomb is very loud.
Indeed.
Oh, that might be it. There also might be some prejudice against, like, using toxins on your blade kind of thing, like it's maybe a sense of dishonorable action.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, expect mostly healing from me.
Oh, a tragedy.
You don't get any. Okay.
We head on in. Jin does ask, like, hey, where's a place we can battle? And the person does give some information on that, and then Takari, because it's not Takemi, I can see the name over there, was just like, yeah, I know a spot. And we're like, alright, cool, we'll fucking sort this out. But before we get to there, we end up seeing a fortune teller. Which, we figure initially, probably just a con man, but over time it's like, there's something about him. A number of us have different readings. A number of us have different good things foretold. A number of us are told we're virgin cucks. The number is 1, and the 1 is Badger.
Badger's comment back was like, I thought you were looking into the future, not the past. It throws me off. To be perfectly honest.
Not the past. Like, wait, Badger made in that game.
Double it and give it to the next person, and I'm the next person. What the fuck, bro? That song throws me off.
That's great. We love it.
Confirm,
Okay.
Badger's like,
Yeah. A number of us get some small bonuses. A number of us get nothing but embarrassment. But what does happen along with that is that Falk ends up fucking the guy has like a little note card of like different things to say.
Oh, cheat sheet.
Yeah, a little cheat sheet. So Falk just fucking steals it and then blackmails the guy. It's so fucking funny.
I wasn't planning on giving it back to him, to be fair, but then Irina was like, I'll get my fortune read. Falk was like, all right, well, I have collateral.
Well, it's going to be a good fucking fortune, right?
this will be a good fortune. Which, it did end up being a good fortune, so that worked out.
Yeah.
One thing Dahlia noted is that he could sense Luthravu, and neither of them liked that.
Mhm.
Which, I mean, spirits. It makes sense, but don't have to like it.
And
I think-
Arnie has some information to drop once we get into session proper.
Which I think we could probably
We're looking
go
for an
to, 'cause
apothecary.
it kind of ended there. Yes, that was a thing. Eva wanted to see an apothecary. Oh, we also,
Yes.
Eva did not come with us through the gate. They were just on the other side, because of course. And she had a little pamphlet describing the festival that we were all out of game voting to go to. So it's kind of like establishing in game, like, hey, here's the thing, and our character's like, oh, that sounds cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh, right. Go on.
it's a nice hotbed of noblemen, their entourages, scholars,
Noble
that sort of
ladies.
stuff, so noble ladies, if you are interested in that. So you know, it's a prime spot. It only happens once a century.
God, I am.
Oh,
Another thing I just remembered was at the mention of that, Francis got just dug very deep into his head very quickly. He's like, I could be a knight. I could be a squire to a knight. And I was like, well, maybe.
It's like a-
cunt.
And then he
Well,
like
if that
mentions like,
doesn't
I could
work
be an
out, I'll
ash
be
warden.
warden.
And then
Sure
like
not.
Abel very much was like, please
Oh,
don't.
well,
I'll
this is
help
the other.
you. But I will let you make your own noose, but please don't make a noose. Oh god.
yeah.
You do it, but please don't.
The unfortunate burden of knowledge for him is like, I am very much willing to help people pursue what they want, even if I know it's detrimental to them.
I'd let someone dig their own grave. I don't want them to do it, but I'd let them.
Yeah. Kind of the energy.
Yep. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Which is very strange
Oh.
considering his friend. Oh, whatever. Go on.
Tal and Anvil did depart to go to Concordia Row, the heart of the city.
Yes.
They had to do
Tal had a
their
little
own
checklist.
Tal had a laundry list of people, and then I remember what the joke was, but it's like it involved like buying people or something. I don't remember exactly what it was.
What?
Yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I was like, I have a laundry list of things of things to do. Like, oh, you gotta buy stuff. I'm like, no, it's people.
Oh,
That's
people.
suspicious. Anyways.
Let's see it. Yeah, all is well in the world.
Well,
Obviously. All is well.
All is well in the world. So,
The zombie plague coming from the south? Good to know.
to a degree, yeah, you don't.
Yeah. As long as the sunflowers are standing.
They have some backup.
As long as the sunflowers and crew are standing.
It's a nice time I get to play Violet Evergarden music in this setting. Mostly because the
Yippee.
moments of happiness are seldom there.
So rare.
Yeah. So anyway. Ah! So many tokens.
Yippee, happiness.
That's a lot of tokens. Alright, well, I'll just leave them there then. So yeah, you guys make your way away from the charlatan. Urkel was his name. Although whether or not I guess he's a charlatan, this might be a point of discussion because he was sort of telling
Half
the truth.
charlatan.
Yeah,
half
he's
charlatan.
like he's a showman.
He's a
just rude.
showman. He is a bit. He's rude for flair.
Yeah.
Also, his copyright. I noticed that he's muted. He didn't say anything. Just want to make sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm here. I'm snacking.
Okay, just making sure that we're not sorry about you. So, you guys are making your way away from Urkel, and Arnie sort of, I guess, revealed that he might have some insights as to why he's able to detect low trevue. So as you guys are walking, Arnie's like, he sat in the car because he got tired of walking, and he's just sort of like saying over to you, Dahlia, but he is saying it out loud, so all of you can hear it.
Mhm.
Well, maybe sounds a bit crazy. Well, he looks at Irina, looks at everyone. Maybe not. Maybe Letrevue's not really you. Maybe Letrevue's like a spirit or something. That's why I can feel her. He just like
Dahlia
the twiddly
tilts her
like
head.
magic finger hands, like ooh. No, he shrugs.
I mean, it could
Another-
be something that was implanted upon you when you were young, so it seems
Maybe.
like it is something.
Maybe. When Parensians do that all the fucking time.
They do?
Oh yeah, they latch spirits to items or even to themselves.
That sounds
You
dangerous.
know, he shrugs. A lot of shit in Parensi Confederacy is dangerous, mate.
Hmm.
But they dance a delicate line out there. And I really mean dance, by the way. Like, they take one step left to light, one step right to dark. Bouncing back and forth in place. They're really weird. Like, I had a he does like air quotes friend growing up. He was Parensian. He would tell me all these fucking stories, and I'm just he does like this like bewildered face, like ugh. I still don't really know everything he was talking about. He had years to think on it. To be fair, didn't spend a lot of time thinking on it, but still, solid years.
Hmm.
I'd say if we ever go there, it might be an interesting place, but I sort of don't want to go there.
Yes,
I'm
and
good
many
here
things
in-
seem to be pointing elsewhere.
I'm good here in Eulonia land.
Mm-hmm.
Molly just looks at him. It's just Eulonia. You get what I'm saying. She just blinks a couple of times and it's like, okay. Okay, Arnie.
Don't have to add the land part.
Arnie.
Okay, Z.
Okay, see.
Every time.
As you guys are regarding the exchange between Molly and Arnie, the ease against each other, Francis is taking in the place. He's, so to speak, drinking in the sights. Like, this is monumentally different from Kravos, but he's not native Kravos. It is monumentally different from Velcaster. The architecture is way grander, huge. There's tall standing walls. No, I'm not saying Attack on Titan degree walls, but maybe like half that. Definitely not the wall, the black wall, or whatever that's called in Game of Thrones. Definitely not that. But yeah, so tall standing walls compared to what Velcaster had. And the place is just so bright. It's immaculate. So yeah, he's being a little tourist right now.
Have a great time.
A little tourist.
Little tourist, eh?
Sakari does make comments as to like what direction, how far you guys are out still, as well as to what to keep your eyes out for. We are looking for the Pathfinder Inn. It's obvious.
Does it have a massive sign? No.
She shakes her head. No.
Hmm.
It is its own. She does like a square for hands. Not sure what the word is. She's like maneuvering her hands left and right, like almost like you're just like making a clay pot, but again in the shape of a square.
Would there be like a word in Ryugan?
There probably would be. She's referring to like a block, like a zone.
Oh, like its own like
a
section.
Yeah. It's not like it doesn't share its parcel, to use real estate terms. It doesn't share its parcel with other buildings. It is its own place.
It's isolated. It's its own little area.
Hi.
Hmm.
You know that.
Would that sound? That's irrelevant.
She's like, it's its own Ken, like prefecture.
That would actually be perfect.
The whole inn that gets a prefecture, bro. Crazy.
It's Todofken.
Pathfinder Ken. that's my OC. Pathfinder Ken. Don't steal. As you guys continue your travel, Eva still keeps her eye out for any apothecaries, medicine shops that would also sell dyes, because that's the same, I'll call it craft, same field. Falk, you're a high passive perception person, and you also are an equestrian. You hear the sound of I can't do it, so yeah, but fast. Thank you. Thank you. Fast approaching hooves. So you are free to ignore this. Can none of the rest of you make me a dex save?
he instinctually just knows. Horse approaching. Step to the side.
Is that a horse approach? A horse stampeding? No, that's not the right term.
Horse going fucking ape shit.
So
about being hit full on by a horse.
Ooh, it looks like.
No.
Well, I'm sorry to say, there's not just one loser in this scenario.
Can I give someone a reroll?
I think that's fair.
Give it to Dahlia because it's so much funnier if I get a natural one.
I'll roll for a badger. He has
Oh, he's AFK right now.
Yeah, he has danger sense though, right? Yeah, he has danger sense.
He should. Something.
He killed it.
Right.
No, the horse!
I think.
I
I mean, a +3 is better than a 0, but I also want to save Garth from a nat 1, so it's already not.
Yeah. Oh, Ooh, that's rough, buddy.
Well,
okay, she's on.
Here's the second one.
It ain't that one at least.
It's not
I
that
guess,
one.
yeah.
It's
So about Paradox that one.
It's still hell.
Hey, inspiration.
Okay.
One more again.
I think you and Garth are helmed that.
Garth, do you have inspiration?
I do not.
You do not.
Here, call it heads or tails. 2 is heads, 1 is tails.
2.
Alright, you both get it.
Hello.
Oh, sick. Thank you.
Nice.
Easy.
We love gambling in this house.
Nina, do you want my inspiration for your 10?
Nah, let me eat shit.
Alright.
Okay, so for those of you that fail, it's all or nothing, so if you succeed, you get nothing. You suffer...
Pitiful damage.
Thank
That
God.
doesn't even break the 10 HP we have.
God. Oh, thank God.
It's either like we get stepped on like the foot by the horse, that would do more than 2 damage. It just collides with
Oh
us.
my god.
I'm
Okay,
so
well.
glad that rolled a 1.
Wow, that's,
Not because I would have been in danger, but
Huh.
because now I feel validated for not taking it.
Yeah.
well,
Gambling
the thing is, Jin, this is bludgeoning damage, so with your armor, you technically suffer nothing.
Oh,
Thank
my
God
God.
for temp HP.
Yeah.
That's right.
Which means Karadok is also unaffected because he's wearing his armor.
So it's more like a really aggressive brush
Yeah.
against the shoulder.
Yeah. So what happens
Well, I guess
as Falk hears the sounds of a charging horse, he gives some due alert to Eugen as the close one of the closer people to him, and this horse ends up bulldozing not into your guys' carriage. This isn't. You guys aren't literally like 5 feet away from the carriage and stuff like that, but it ends up bulldozing through. I guess this quadrant of people. Apparently not doing any damage, which is hilarious to me.
What
But
about,
it does shove you guys aside.
Yeah, no,
What's Akari? Does she have to roll?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
She does that thing where like she unsheathes her
Like a
katana a few inches and then re-sheathes it.
The horse
The horse
decapitated.
cuts in
The
half.
horse in half.
That'd be a very brutal thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
a scald. Okay.
Mhm.
That's fun.
Makes sense.
It's called BB.
Make sense.
Make the
Single
same
strike.
So-
Makes sense.
Player dot add item make sensei. Anyways, so yeah, she manages to dodge it, and yeah, this horse just charges past and through all of you, or well, I guess most of you. To Falk, it's clearly been spooked.
Yep.
Like no roll necessary. You can tell it's been spooked. It's like it doesn't have its blinders on. It's definitely not a war horse. So like it's like a civilian horse.
Any tech and saddle on it?
It did not have It had a lead, not a saddle, but it did have tack on it. So it was like maybe like a pulling sort of horse that just got loose. It stampedes down. Again, I'm not sure that's the right word, but stampedes down the street as an individual like chases after it.
Yeah, Falk isn't gonna let it get far. A spooked horse running.
I didn't roll for NPCs.
Carelessly is gonna hurt itself, so he's gonna chase after it.
Hurt itself, hurt someone else, but you're more worried about it hurting itself.
Obviously. Why do you care
Mina,
about
go.
others?
Mina. I'm gonna say Fias doesn't roll because he's way back there.
Yeah.
He's not in the
Eva.
group. Does Eva roll? Is she here?
No, she's here. That barely succeeds. The DC was only 14.
Arnie, does he die?
Arnie's in the carriage.
Oh, wow.
Arnie's in the
good.
carriage, so he doesn't roll at all.
We got like our little carriage group over here.
Yeah, I
And
should
these guys
have
are all
box
just
around it.
Gods. Actually,
The thing is, like, you guys are like going. How's this? This is more akin to, I'll call it, a modern street than a medieval street, in the sense of there is like a central, street section and a sidewalk section on both sides of it. So you guys are occupying, I'll call it the right lane, next to a sidewalk. So those of you that want to walk on a sidewalk are still with your crew.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of like channels of traffic for. To those of you who have seen like Asian streets, like you can just totally walk across as long as you're brave and don't give a shit. But there's also like carriages, horses, and stuff like that traveling, circulating in and out.
Yes, this horse is pretty much running into oncoming traffic.
Yeah, it looks like it came from the looks of it. You guys are at not a crossroads, but like a boulevard intersection. So it's like this might lead to like a sector of like houses or shops, inns, stuff like that, but it's not like a whole street. You know what I'm saying? It's like where you find those like back alley bars and stuff like that. So yeah, you go flag it down. No roll necessary. I think between Edelweiss's speed and your horsemanship. There you go. You can corral it back. You grab hold of its lead and begin like tugging at it, like, "Hey, go!"
Easy.
I don't know if they say it red, but whatever they say there.
You're all right, boy.
That sounds very accurate. I believe him.
That was very accurate.
Yeah.
So
Hawk's
you
back.
you calm down the horse, and you see this individual. He has a like a ponytail, not terribly long, or is it a ponytail? Rat tail? Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Really like a low ponytail.
Yeah, like a really short ponytail. Yeah. Running. He's definitely Eulonian. You can tell by his complexion. He's got the blonde hair that you would see on Eva and stuff like that. And he also, the thing that catches you that he's Eulonian the most is his personality. He rushes over and just begins apologizing profusely for the horse. He doesn't know what happened, but is ready to make reparations for anyone that got hurt, etc.
Mm-hmm. Falk, he'll hand the reins over, and say, wave off the fellow's apologies. I'm actually something of a horse whisperer.
All you, sir.
Yeah. He'll stroking this horse's mane, ask its name, with Irina's help. Then.
Let's see, what's a fine name for a not young deed?
Gerard.
It's Gerard. There you go. Actually, no, that's a person name. Let's give it some.
Oh,
let's
you
give it a
give
pet
animal
name.
person names.
Yeah, but I have like a list of things I want to keep people
Okay,
names
yeah, that's
separate so that way I can clearly remember animals.
I don't know, carrots.
Carrot Top. It's Carrot
Carrot
Top.
Top!
And it has an orange mane. I think horses can have orange hair. His name
I
is
have a
Carrot
brownish
Top.
reddish one.
This a Carrot Top, you said?
Carrot Top.
Uh,
Top.
He reaches up, strokes its long face, and go, Carrot Top, I can see why.
Carrot Top, Carrot Dog.
The guy looks between you and Carrot Top. How'd you know?
Well, you're the
You
one
just
that
said he's a
names.
horse whisperer.
You're confused because I wasn't actually whispering. It's just an expression.
I see, sir. Is that a talent you can teach others, by chance?
I'm afraid I wouldn't even call it a talent to begin with. So, no.
He goes a bit disheartened at that. That's a
How long
shame.
have you had Carrot Top?
Less than a year now.
Well,
I'd say 7 months.
give it a year or two and you won't need to have the ability to whisper. You'll understand Carrot Top perfectly fine in time.
He perks up a bit at that. As you say, sir. Thank you for your insights. May I? He holds out his hands for the reins.
Hand him over. Hold tightly now. Can't have this one running off and hurting himself.
He shakes his head and begins like petting Carrot Top. Was that the lock over there? He says, looking down the way that him and Carrot Top came from, and you see that there's like a man in the midst of like picking up or sweeping up rather like broken glass. Him and a kid, where the kid's like sort of taking it gingerly, placing it on his paw, tink tink tink, but the guy is like just sweeping it to like one pile.
Someone dropped something.
Yes, I would say so. And he like looks at Carrot Top's hind and plucks out like a small sliver of glass.
Ooh!
Oh, that's bad.
Yes.
Carrot
Ye-
Dog.
I was to say, the guy asks, I don't suppose by chance your horse whispering talents include horse healing. I hate if anything happened, Carrot Top.
Only force healing, I'm afraid.
My name is Emmerich Skywalker.
Oh my god.
Somehow Edelweiss returned.
Oh, like Roach.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Carrot Top can come over and deploy some holy healing. Making sure to like take out any small pieces of glass and stuff like that. Make sure nothing stays in there, gets infected, stuff like that.
Dankeschön, Carrot Dog. What does he cast?
Well, first you would definitely use a medicine check, so we'll start with that.
Mhm.
Are those No, medicine isn't just humanoid medicine, or else that'd be a bit weird for people that play non-humanoid races. Not bad. Yeah, so with that, 22, super solid. Manages to pull out only one smaller piece of glass that was a bit tucked in there, clearly splintered off. And then as for casting, he didn't suffer that much damage, so he'll just hit him with a cure.
Those kids.
Mine!
Heal a kid.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you gained cure wounds, and that's definitely enough to heal a glass injury.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it did like 2 damage, but it's like suddenly, my butt!
Yeah. So the individual, after Carrot Top is all patched up, does return back. And midway, that's more. He's not rotund, but he's like a bit more wide set. Gentleman that was like sweeping the glass, having finished it, does meet him halfway, and to Dahlia, Yeah, to Dahlia amongst all the PCs. It looks like the two of them are having just like a nice, polite, pleasant back and forth about what happened. To those of you that are more city slickers, it is a not held back tirade. That's not that bad, but there definitely is some heat behind the horseman's words as he like restrains himself a bit of like you just caused an incident. You could have just hurt people. You're lucky, man. You're really fucking lucky.
You look like a big old bottle of glue right now. That's all I'm saying.
Right? Like what the fuck? So yeah, they have that exchange.
I'm so glad they're working it out between them.
Mina nods and looks like you. Man, this place really do be a lot nicer. I would have been throwing fists.
Right?
Meanwhile, everyone else is like, whoa. Not bad.
It's verbal
I like
fists.
how we're in the dark.
Can I get
A marching
a
order.
D100?
Yes, I want to do
Yes.
Actually, before that,
Shit.
well, we can use that. That's fine.
Christ, dude.
Is there anything else you guys want to do with the horseman and the the glasser?